Hey guys, welcome back to Gretchen's Vegan Bakery. Today I have made a veganized version of a classic cake, the Tres Leches. Tres Leches literally translated means 3 milks, typically whole milk, sweetened, condensed, and evaporated milks, but that is no problem to veganize here since we have so many alternative milks to choose from. The main key to any Tres Leches recipe, though, is the cake that you're using, since if you don't have a more dry style cake to soak up that milk mixture, you will be left with a very gummy, soggy cake, and that is just not what Tres Leches is supposed to be. As we know, most vegan cakes are deliciously moist, but that just won't work here. So in this video, I will be showing you a new recipe for a vegan sponge cake that works perfect. This is actually a recipe that I highlighted in my recent online course teaching all about egg replacers in vegan baking. So if anyone is interested to know more about that, just click the link below to veganbakingmastery.com and see if that is something that you want to be a part of. But for now, let's get to the recipe for that vegan sponge cake. You will need flour, confectioner sugar, cream of tartar, baking powder, my homemade egg replacer of cornstarch, oil, baking powder, and water, melted coconut oil or vegan butter, and vanilla extract, and then aquafaba and some sugar, which I'll be combining those two things together and then just heat it to dissolve the sugar. There's really no need to boil it. Then just cool it down really fast in the freezer or refrigerator, and then you're going to combine about 2 tablespoons of the sifted confectioner sugar with the cream of tartar. Get that whipping with the cold aquafaba to stiff peaks, and once it gets to stiff peaks, you'll then gradually add in the rest of that confectioner sugar, and just keep whipping it on high speed to stiff, glossy peaks. Now in a large mixing bowl, you're going to add half of that whipped up aquafaba meringue to the homemade egg replacer mixture along with the melted oil or vegan butter and vanilla extract, and then just whisk that smooth. Now the remaining aquafaba meringue and fold it in gently along with the sifted flour and baking powder. Just pour that batter into a greased pan and bake it immediately in a preheated 350-degree Fahrenheit oven. And you'll notice that I have a parchment paper lining here, but that was a mistake. You do not want to have parchment paper in the bottom, and you'll see why in a minute. So while that cake is baking, you can go ahead and make the milk mixture. And that is just almond milk, a can of coconut milk, some sugar, and fresh nutmeg. Just combine it all in a saucepan and bring it up to a boil. Then reduce the heat to a simmer for just like about maybe 20 minutes, stirring often, and you'll see that the mixture will thicken up slightly. Once it does, remove it from the heat and let it cool to warm. Now here's where you'll see why the parchment paper was a bad idea. Once the cake is baked, let it cool to warm and then poke holes in it. Now because you're going to be pouring that milk mixture directly into the pan with the cake still having the paper in the bottom, it is clearly not what you want. So if you do make the mistake like I did, just unmold the cake when it's cool enough, remove the paper, and then pop it back into the pan. So pour the milk over the top and let it soak in. I do like to do this all a day ahead and let it all soak in really well, get the cake nice and cold, and it's just the best to serve it that way. Once it is cold, you can spread the top with whipped coconut cream, a sprinkle of cinnamon, and it is ready to go. This is such a simple classic cake and it tastes so good. Not too sweet with a hint of nutmeg and cinnamon, just really perfect. So I do hope that you will want to try it. Just grab the recipe at GretchensVeganBakery.com. And until next time, happy baking. Bye for now.